I was the all-powerful prime minister. But just 6 months after helping the emperor take the throne, he teamed up with his ministers to strip me of my position. Even the princess wanted to break off our engagement, but I didn't care at all. In fact, I straight up resigned and decided to retire. I was done with all the backstabbing in politics. From now on, I just wanted the easy life. But after I left the court, the emperor got paranoid I'd help enemy nations, so he sent a general to kill me. Left with no choice, I killed the general they sent. Married a tribal chieftain, and started my own kingdom, became the boss myself. Back in the throne room, 3 senior ministers led dozens of officials, all kneeling and demanding I lose my title. Li Sheng, you heard them? Everyone's against you. I've got no choice here. Li Sheng, receive the decree. From today, you're stripped of prime minister. You'll serve as governor of the capital. Standing there in the hall, I just smiled bitterly. 5 years in this world, climbing all the way to the top. The emperor and I were tight. I used my skills to stabilize his court. Now that the country's thriving, he's kicking me to the curb. I looked up at the princess standing next to the emperor. My fiancé. But she didn't say a word to defend me. I finally got it. I was nothing but meat on the chopping block now, at their mercy. The emperor looked at me with fake sympathy. I'm in a tough spot too, Li Sheng. You gotta understand. It's because I was too capable. Made him feel like we were equals. He didn't like that, wanted an excuse to boot me out, but I kept my record clean. He couldn't find dirt on me, so he had to team up with the ministers to force me out. Guess everything I did was for nothing. The emperor watched me zone out, thinking I was shaken, feeling real pleased with himself. All the officials stared, curious what I'd do next. Xiao Mingsu felt a little guilty. I was the man she loved, but for her brother's power, I had to take one for the team. With everyone watching, I walked to the center of the hall, took off my official hat and placed it on the steps, then removed my robe and folded it neatly. Your Majesty, I, Li Sheng, thank you for your grace, but I'm not well enough to continue serving. I can't take on the governor position either. Since you've opened the door today, I'll just retire and head home. I only meant to demote him from prime minister. Didn't expect him to actually quit. If he leaves, who's gonna handle the reforms? Who can? Who would even dare? Li Sheng, are you serious? To him, what I was doing looked like a straight-up power play. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Your Majesty. All these years, thanks for trusting me, and thanks to all you ministers for working with me. Take care, everyone. We won't be seeing each other again. I bowed, turned around and left. Didn't give them a chance to respond. Li Sheng, if you walk out that door today, don't ever think about coming back. From now on, we're done. No more ties between us. Your Majesty, do you still remember what you told me at the White Horse Temple? If you don't, then staying here any longer, I'm genuinely afraid you'll have me killed. Xiao Mingji went silent. Back then, at the temple steps, he'd grabbed Li Sheng's hand with tears in his eyes, like they were blood brothers. You don't betray me, I won't betray you. The princess standing next to the emperor spoke up angrily. You're just being demoted to governor. He didn't say you can't be promoted later. This is way over the top. Li Sheng, if you walk out that door, our engagement is over. Her cold words cut through me like a blade to the chest. Princess, do what you want. I'm just a nobody now. How could I be worthy of you? Let's just part ways and move on. Walking out of the hall, I watched the snow fall on my hand and suddenly burst out laughing. They say heaven doesn't welcome guests, but it's sending me off with snow. How perfect. The officials watched me disappear into the snowstorm. Xiao Mingji swept his robe and ascended the steps to issue a decree. Strip Li Sheng of his duke title, cancel all his benefits. He wants to retire? Fine, I'll grant his wish. From today on, he's no longer prime minister of the Great Jade Kingdom. He's just a commoner. Confiscate his estate, cancel the engagement. I'll make him crawl back begging. Xiao Mingsu's cold expression didn't change. She thought Li Sheng had brought this on himself. He thought too highly of himself. The kingdom would thrive without him. Right now, she thought her brother did the right thing. If they didn't knock me down a peg, I'd be unstoppable later. The officials had mixed feelings. Li Sheng's reforms were still ongoing. The powerful clans hadn't been fully dealt with yet. Now that he was out, who could handle this mess? Nobody here had the skills. Below the jade steps, a man in golden armor stared at Xiao Mingsue, eyes full of excitement. He was Zhao Bugui, the emperor's champion general, who'd been crushing on the princess for ages. Now that commoner Li Sheng was finally gone, he finally had his shot. Meanwhile, in the capital's Tianning district, a loud crash echoed. The duke's estate sign got smashed to pieces. Seeing this, I didn't feel sad at all. Actually clapped and cheered. I'd already sent all the servants away, gave each of them a fat stack of cash. The Minister of Revenue looked at me awkwardly. His Majesty ordered this place seized. Please forgive us. I just smiled and waved it off. No worries, I won't make trouble for you. Didn't touch anything in the rooms. You guys handle it. The minister sighed. His Majesty just wanted you to apologize, and this would all blow over. Why'd you have to do this? I didn't answer. Then I shouted, I've decided I'm done with the Great Jade Kingdom. Gonna check out the northern steppes. Right now I've got internal energy flowing nonstop. I can shatter stone lions with one slap. With this kind of power to protect myself, why put up with this crap? I'm hitting the road. Once I've had my fun, I'll come back and take down your kingdom. Be my own boss. The minister watched me leave, shook his head and said, still too young. That scholar pride ain't worth squat. Then he walked into the courtyard, saw the words written on the wall, and his eyes went wide. The ungrateful wolf. Give him power, and he goes wild. He knew exactly who this was about. Li Sheng, oh Li Sheng, you've lost your mind. How dare you write something like this? Can't hide it now even if I wanted to. This is suicide. Guards, make a rubbing of these words and send it to the palace. In the palace, Xiao Mingji looked at the poem, just snorted and tossed it aside. To him, this was just Li Sheng's last bit of defiance. Figured in a few days, he'd come crawling back to apologize. Half a month passed in the blink of an eye. At the great general's estate, Xiao Mingsue was swinging her sword, shattering the blade in her hand. An old man slowly approached. Your mind is unstable. Your heart is deeply shaken. Xiao Mingzhu threw down the broken sword and bowed to the old man respectfully. Master, you're thinking about Li Sheng, aren't you? No, I'm not. I watched you grow up. You think I can't read your mind, old as I am? Xiao Mingzhu sat down in the pavilion looking annoyed. Master, I just don't get it. Why can't he just be practical about this? My brother wasn't saying he'd strip him of everything, just have him be governor for a bit, then promote him later. Why couldn't he just apologize to my brother? A subject must obey his ruler. That's from your perspective, Shuer. But from Li Sheng's angle, I've met that young man. He's got backbone. When your brother first took power, officials didn't respect him. People suffered. Powerful clans ran wild. Now the government's clean. The country's peaceful. Those clans are completely gone. Did your brother do all that himself? No, Li Sheng did. With all that talent, refusing to form factions, content to be a lone minister, your brother still felt the need to put him in his place over his attitude. You think he could take that? Someone with that much genius isn't like those mediocre officials. You can't treat them the same. Besides, demoting someone is easy, promoting them back? That's hard. Xiao Mingsu felt conflicted. Did we really make a mistake? Did we really wrong Li Sheng? Master, are you saying I should go find Li Sheng now? Someone with that kind of pride will never turn back. If you go now, it's probably too late. Instead of that, report this to your brother. Word about Li Sheng leaving has spread across all 9 provinces. Plenty of people want to recruit him. We absolutely cannot let him join another kingdom, or the consequences will be disastrous. Go now. That young man left half a month ago. Either bring him back and lock him up for life or kill him immediately.